All right, first thing I wanted to talk about was what's happening here in the U.S., and it's happening at a full-fledged flow of garbage. The extreme right-wingists are starting their conspiracy theories, and they're flowing as fast as a dam breaking. The latest one is with the shooting that happened here. Yes, another shooting. The people that were shot in a grocery store, 10 people were killed. According to Alex Jones, the most right-wing fascist that this country produces, is saying that the government let it happen because they knew this guy was a nut. Well, no, not really, because the background checks that would have filtered him out haven't been allowed to happen because of the right wing stopping all gun legislation. Any legislation banning guns or trying to reduce the number of bullets that they shoot or getting rid of fully automatic and all this stuff is being quickly denied because the right wingers don't want it. So they can't filter out the nutballs. And these guys just go and buy a gun anywhere because there's no real background check. They call it a background check, but it's nothing because it's been completely filtered out by the right-wing nutballs. Now we know that Alex Jones is a gun nut. He has all kinds of guns and he's pro-gun all the way, and so he's promoting this shit to get people to think that the Democrats are at fault for this shooting when really it's the Republicans. Don't fall for the right-wing nutball shit. Number two, another conspiracy theory that's going around. The other day, the Democrats tried to get on some legislation so that they could investigate the oil companies from price gouging the U.S. public. We have $6 gas now, a gallon, here in California. Most stations, some's a little bit less. Now, the right wing, the Republican Party, when this legislation came up, they tabled it so it couldn't go through because the Democrats are too weak to push it through. So we don't get any investigation on the high gas prices, and the right wing continuously bitches about the high gas prices and how it's the Democrats' fault because they have the House, the Senate, and the presidency. Yeah, what is it with these Democrats? They can't get any legislation through? Do they forget who's in charge here? I just can't believe it. It's not the left. It's the Republican Democrats that are stopping it, the mansions, that sort of thing. We, the people, have to stop this nonsense. These conspiracy theories have gone enough. Tell your friends who don't pay attention to politics, it's time to pay attention to politics. The right-wing fringe is really coming off. Okay, hang on just a second. Okay, it's a little bit difficult trying to find a place where I can do a video where there aren't all these people coming and trying to hog the video space. We're going to go down here a ways in the wind zone and see if we can finish the video there. But before I do that, I wanted to finish up with the right-wing nutballs that are trying to disrupt the U.S. democracy. They're a real threat to democracy. All lies, all the time, conspiracy theories, twist everything around. Okay, hang on a minute. Howdy. So it's up to every individual here in the U.S. to stop these nutballs from getting away with conspiracy theories up the yin-yang. Now, I'm going to try and do my video. Let's talk about some warnings that are coming up. Okay, this is a warning from NOAA. Earth's CO2 hasn't been this high in millions of years. New data from NOAA shows that the weekly average CO2 was 421.13 parts per million from May 8th to May 14th. That is the highest in recorded history. That is up from 418.34 parts per million 1 year ago. This has not been seen at least for 3 million years. In April, we hit an all-time high of 422.06 parts per million. Senior scientists at NOAA say it is likely May will be higher still. The window to act on climate change is closing quickly, according to NOAA. Just 20 years ago, CO2 was 375.93 parts per million. In 1958, CO2 was 317.51 parts per million. Do you see how quickly CO2 has gone up? And they say it's a fake. They say that's not real. God, there's people everywhere. Hang on a minute. Okay, we'll try it here. It's just packed today. There's so many people out. Climate scientist James Hansen has long called for reducing CO2 to below 350 parts per million. The annual rate of increase in CO2 levels over the next 6 decades is now roughly 100 times faster than 1,000 years ago. Let's look at the chart and you'll see the same chart I've been showing over and over. But here's another look at it, that we're in real trouble. We just don't have time to listen to nutballs like the right wing come on and try and screw up any kind of agenda that would reduce this. That's what they're doing. They're trying to reduce any kind of climate action at all because it's a win for the Democrats and they don't want that. They'd rather see everybody burn in hell than to actually do something. So with so many people out, I'm going to talk to you guys later and go do the video on this beautiful summer sunny day here in San Francisco, California.